name is Tommy McDowell, part of the Code Beans group with Jaden and Faber. Yeah. First of all, for the client brief, we were asked to come up with a game design for a museum based on non-European mythology. First, we started looking at Aztec and Mayan people, all that sort of stuff. Eventually, we found this really cool creature from Japan called Tanuki, and decided to go for its lore. So, as we were considering, a game based around Tanuki, little mischievous creature, and we came across the client brief with the non-European mythology, and we're going to decide the client. So the game is called Kintana-San, which is the name of the character, and it's a top-down based game where you obviously play as one of 3 Tanukis, so each one will have a different ability based on the lore. And what the game is about, play as a little rascal, obviously Tanuki, and little Tanuki, little rascal. So game genre, it's a bit like a beat-em-up sort of type of game, but also with a lot of stealth mechanics. So the point of the whole game is to get a high score based on what you do against the various NPCs of the town that you're in. The game was inspired by things like Far Cry 3 stealth mechanics, and also intended to boost the game for the sort of gameplay that we're going to go for. So target audience, we're going to go for like 12 plus. The game is mostly aimed at obviously anyone in the museum who's there at the time. And the PEGI rating, obviously we have to keep in line with the PEGI law, which is violence and potentially bad language. I don't think we're going to go for that. So, yeah.
Should I get back on?
No. So for technical restraints, we are using a software called Sprite, which is used for pixel art. We're mostly using this for animating the characters, NPCs, Tanuki, even buildings and plants, all that are all done through Sprite. Fortunately, because of the file format, we can export that as a PNG image straight into Unity, or we can export the PNG as a sprite sheet for the animations. So for game mechanics, obviously you have your 8 directional movement. However, for the NPCs, they're just going to have 4 directional, so we can get more variety of characters in for less amount of time. The vault mechanic is for, like, let's say you interact with the bush and you go and hide in the bush, so you press E. And then obviously you can go into a building to go into the interior. Stealth, well, so the name, stealth, have to be sneaky, sneaky. So if you're caught by an NPC, they can try to run at you, catch you in their vision cone. And if you leave the vision cone for about half a second to a second, they'll return to a suspicious state before finally resuming their normal routine. Interact, just press A, again, go to the bush, vault, walk, things like that. However, for the leaf is a certain power up like we found in the in-game map that can be used to shapeshift, octosquirt, and enlarge. So the 3 characters, one character has an octopus on his head, so we're thinking maybe his ability could be to shoot ink out of the player, out of not-players, at other NPCs to get a higher score. Shapeshift allows you to change into different objects, a bit like a propellant type of game. And enlarge is for one of the Tanukis, so they get bigger and pull people over. This is just some of the concept art. So we have, that's the one I was talking about earlier, the one that can enlarge. Little lantern, Torii gate, just general Japanese structures. And here is the actual asset of one of the Tanukis. So obviously Kintana-San was the own, and didn't know Tanuki is based on a real life animal called the raccoon dog. These are the other 2 characters that we've been working on. We're starting to do a little redesign to give everything more tight-neck together. So this is the one with the octopus on his head. So going around, seeing that. This one is more stealthy. And again, for the environment, it's just general trees, Japanese artifacts, houses, whole shit like that. For the storyboard, we have an opening comic book like cutscene in the game. So for the cutscene starts off with them in Belvedere Forest, looking over at the time, hearing noise, what's going on, is it a party or something going on. Then you overlook the time with the sun in the background, get that iconic Japanese sun. That's them going into the time, seeing what's around, messing with people. Eventually they'll go into the sushi chef place and where they're cutting up their own food, getting bigger, drinking beer, things like that. They're caught by the chef and they're chased out of the time. And that's it.